And we're live. Good morning, good afternoon, happy time zones, wherever you might be, everybody. I'm Emma. Welcome back to the House of Hubris here on twitch.tv/Saracent, and welcome back to Bear and Breakfast, in which I just forgot my own intro. How many streams have I done? Like, couple of hundred? And I forgot the thing I say at the start of every one? Cool. Great. Just went completely blank there. Love that for me. So yeah, Bear and Breakfast, where we now run a ski resort, which I think makes us just unbearably upper middle class, while also being just the dopiest bear still. Should we get into it? I think we should. We're getting a lot of things lately of the style of just incrementally improving our places and waiting for more people to stay, which, I mean, it's a management sim. So, what do we have? We need to have 2 more guests with hygienic trait in A24. Yes, this was the quest we just got. That was the one we, yes, could do while other things were happening. We need to take Julia her lemon and also go and repair the broadcast station. Free fuel, don't mind if I do. Excuse me a second while I just remember what this game I'm playing even does. It's been like 3 days, which is ample time for me to forget literally anything and everything. Hope everybody is doing alright out there in the wild lands of the internet. This Tuesday. God, that's how long it just took me to remember the day. Broadcast station, hello. Yes, we would like to repair it. Clear out the thing. We did. We did that. Yes. The structure presents unique features that cannot be easily repaired. More specific items required. Okay. In this case, an antenna, digital record player, and a microphone. I think we've got all of those. Yep. Yes. Get butt to work. Work that butt. And here we are. We have a broadcast station. We're live on air. I want this poster in real life. That's great. I don't know why I like it so much, but that's great. Julia, we got you a lemon. Just one. But we're hoping that you will take inspiration from it to create your own in this free fruit market we are creating. I think there was probably a quicker way. Oh hey, there's the bear that I've now got an emote of. Which you can have if you're following. Because they do follower emotes now. Amid other features that I totally missed them rolling out, or possibly saw when they rolled out and then immediately forgot, because, as we've just established, my brain full of holes. How's the captain's whatever doing? Good. Oh, we only have 2 active guests. Right. I needed to get all the bedrooms up to level 3. And I couldn't put a new bed in last time because somebody was sleeping in it. In this one. My one level 2 bedroom. Did I make the bed? I think I made the bed. Gotta remember to make your beds, kids. Did I not make the bed? It appears I did not make the bed. Let's make the bed. We take this bed. We replace it with much... Oh, we also move the footrest. Replace with much nicer bed. And lo and behold, we have completed the quest. Yes, let's make things harder for ourselves. We got a tape measure. Don't know what that'll do. But people, you've obtained a tape measure which allows you to access building and crafting from anywhere. The exact feature I've been complaining about. Okay, thank you. Use the build button in the menu to access build mode without having to use a workbench. It will only work in areas with buildable structures. Yes! Haha! Now they want a level 2 kitchen. I think we might... Do we already have that? No. Oh no, that'll be tied into the whole making French onion soup because we need better kitchen equipment. I should have checked the guests in Winterbury. Anyway, guest requests. Just checking the scores on these. Okay. What we've got food for you, yeah. 33 seems a bit much. But you'll be fine. There we go. Enjoy. Make sure the buffet's topped up. Yeah, we're good. Where are we going? Julia, Lemon, yes. Oh my god, guys, keep the campsite clean. Who do you think I am? Smokey the Bear? Which, you know, makes sense when you think about it. Although that burn didn't work as well as it did in my brain, so... Shut up, basically. Steal the produce. I say steal, she said I could have it. And I need the vegetables with which to food. Okay, now where was I? Julia, Lemon, yes. Julia Lemon, that is your name now. Hey Julia, wake up! See, I didn't get startled this time. Hello! Oh! Okay, maybe a little bit. You're back! Again. It's hard to get used to not being surprised by that. Did you find what you were looking for? Did I ever? I even found what you were looking for. Oh my, oh golly, that's the ripest lemon I've ever seen. How did you get it? These don't grow anywhere. Oh, this bear has a few tricks up his, behind his, a big furry dog looking thing gave it to me. Said he procured it from a glacial greenhouse or something. The Winterbury greenhouse? I thought it was gone. Well, it's still there, kind of. More like a brown house now. Sorry. This is incredible. I didn't think you could grow things like this anywhere in the valley. Well, you still can't. Nothing growing in there but my hate for all things cold. But we could if you fixed it, right? Like you did with the farmhouse. I guess so. Yes, we could! If we have lemon seeds, who knows what else we could grow in there. Oh, goodness. This is exciting. Okay, alright. I'll need some things. I'll need some plants to get started. Okay, so we're doing this. And some chamomile. Yes. Hurry up. One small succulent plant, one leafy contrast plant, and some chamomile, which we do have. And the plants, I think, are just decorations, so I can go and get those out of the dumpster. But hey, maybe don't think of it like that. Small aloe plant, small succulent plant, there we go. And leafy contrast plant. Hey, Julia, want some plants I definitely didn't just fish out of the trash? Did you find all the stuff for the greenhouse? Yes, got all of it. Alright, these are good. I think there might be one more thing we need. But I think it'll be harder to get. Are you going to tell me? No, now the quest is just go back and repair the greenhouse. Okay, cool. Fine then, don't tell me. I'm just going to go over here and pick some strawberries. Are they your strawberries? No, not anymore. They may never have been your strawberries. Can a strawberry ever truly belong to someone? Do we not just all live in the universe of the strawberry and appreciate its bounty where we find it? This has been Emma derails her stream into starting a strawberry church. I need to check in on my guests at Winterbury while I'm here. Which is good. I like having the progression quests, because when it is all just wait for more people to go to the thing, it's a bit... But then part of that is just my brain. Where was I going? Oh, front desk. Yes, I want to check on my guests. Apparently there are wolves around here. Good to know. Okay, so only one active guest, but the rest are coming. Cool. Cool, cool. Whoever left this here, feel bad about yourself. Oh, this is where we buy fuel. No, you just find this lying around. Hey, Jax, wake up! Were you able to fix the station? Yep, it's back up and running. Good. You're going above and beyond, which is a rare sight. Yeah, these should help you give your guests a place to watch their stories. Hey, cinema equipment! A nice reprieve from their realities. Stealing your lemons, because you're asleep, you fool. And here's the greenhouse, which we need to repair. Yes, repair, clear out the things, did that. Yes. Unique features cannot be easily repaired. In this case, they need seeds, glass panels, stone bricks. Do we have all of that? We don't have enough glass. Isn't that always the case? We never seem to have enough glass. So the place to go for that would be A24 and just grind through the junkyard some more. Bus stops here. See, free fuel. This particular respawning fuel spot is just terrible for Jax's business model. To the desert! There are so many paths that need prospectors tools, and we've seen nothing about how to get them. And are you just going to walk away from all this garbage? Well, thank you. I'll keep it. Oh yes, and I specifically need to get more... Is it hygienic guests in A24? Yes. Like you. We'll just turn Gus off for a second. I said turn off. Oh, and then I didn't click save. And we don't have any other particularly hygienic ones. And we can't give you enough decoration, so sure you'll do. And then I turn Gus back on, which this cost me more money, but frankly, whatever. Certainly, how are my reviews looking? Again, with the possum handling business. 4.7, I'll take that. Doing a fine job. Why was I here? Glass, yes. Gus, I'm reasonably certain you're meant to be in there doing your job rather than in here trying to drive a broken half a car. There ain't a smell in the world that can disgust me. I see you're already trying to prove me wrong. I pay you! Can you maybe not talk like that to your literal employer? I may just be a large, easygoing bear in shorts, but I also pay your wages. And, like, I pay above and beyond because I can't be bothered to time things. And I'm fine with that. So maybe watch yourself, possum. I should stock up on food supplies. Just a bunch of everything. Spent most of my money, but that's fine because it's not like we need money for upkeep so much. Junkyard. Yard of junk. There you go, that's enough glass for the greenhouse already. But we'll just loot everything because we're here and it's very lucrative. From the descriptions of this game, I never thought it would involve this much dismantling washing machines. But then, you know, I tend to never assume that about games, and I've been burnt in the past. Okay. And back we go. To where are we going? Brain? Brain. Brain? Brain? Where? Brain! Come on. Winterbury. Winterbury. Hello, humans. Have you left trash everywhere? Yes, of course you have. Once again, if you wish to make an offering to the trash god, simply give it to me directly rather than leaving it on the ground. We found the thing, sign. And now we work that butt. Whoa, that was quick. And now we have lemons. And more lemons. And beans. Garlic. Is there a way to prevent trash on the ground? Not that I'm aware of, because trash is literally a major gameplay mechanic. If they stopped leaving trash on the ground, I'd never have any money to pay the raccoon. And peppers! What do you mean I can't take the peppers? Have I filled up my inventory already? Nah, inventory management. Strawberries and herbs here. Right. Do I have space in some stacks for these? Yes. Okay, I'm just going to start binning some old furniture I don't want to reuse, like this crap. I'm sure there'll be a way to sell things, but it has not yet presented itself. Also, things just weren't stacking. Great, that's very efficient. Love it. And everything just regrew. I have so many new vegetables. I'm sure Julia will have many thoughts. Do I have guests queued up in Winterbury? I want to make sure I'm on top of that because that's the progression quest at the minute. Hello. I'm a bear. This guest expects perfect temperature at all times. I mean, sure, that just means keep up on the fuel supply, and I can do that. I'm sure I could be doing more creative and adventurous things with my properties, and I could also be doing literally anything with this large cabin. Both of those options sound like work. I really should have started with the large one rather than the small one. When I get around to it, we're going to have a cinema and a lounge and everything in there. It's going to be great. Where am I going? Back to Julia. That's it. Cool. Look, all I'm going to say is there's a reason this stream has the ADHD tag on it. Because I know I was only diagnosed recently, but it's one of those things where as soon as you get it, you're just like, oh, yeah, I am that scattered, aren't I? Ugh. Back noises continue. Oh. I keep expecting that to go into RNG string. Run round the cliffs. Can we not just have a ramp? As manager of the area, I request a ramp. It'll be quicker. Hey Julia, are you already awake? So, did you find it? Were you able to repair it? Tell me! Yes, it's ready. There were all sorts of seeds. Beans, beets, bell peppers, lemons, carrots. That is amazing! Oh my golly, peppers, beans! Beans! That's a, wow, that's a deep cut joke. That's a reference specifically to the outtakes from Season 3 of Black Books that just lives rent-free in my head at all times. This is such a dream come true, Hank. Right place at the right time is all. Don't sell yourself short, big guy. Do you know how much cooking we can do with all of this? Alright, you have some work to do. You're going to need new equipment, and I'm going to find more of the captain's recipes. Thank you, Hank. You're breathing new life into the valley. Julia's recipes has new things. And Paul Voyage has new things. Delicious new life. Whoa, many things, including hash browns, and pepper pasta, and grilled cheese, and fries, and honey sage tea, and micro-baked apple, and popcorn, and snappy beet chips. chili mac. And my inventory's full. I should learn these recipes I just bought. And I just got an achievement for having a lot of recipes. And respawn. Refresh even. Chili mac. And pasta aglio e olio. And peach iced tea. Among my preferred drinks. And now I'm out of money. Yay! Oh no. Oh. Oh, I'm a fool. I just spent all my money. I need to buy the crafting. Oh. Oh no. I need 500 gold. Sleeping, something ADHD. Okay, look. Sleep until the morning. Get some more guests through. There we go. There's 2,300 money. Oh, can you not get, like, round to the other chairs? Ugh. I should really learn these recipes. I just also have some food and some food. Is that all of them? I think that was all of them. I'm probably going to need to expand this kitchen, aren't I? I could move upstairs, actually, come to think. Or I could move the dining room upstairs. Yeah, I'm just going to build a bigger kitchen upstairs. Because I have an upstairs that I keep forgetting exists. And I don't have to worry about food going cold between the kitchen and the dining room on account of it just lives in my pockets forever anyway. Okay, create room, and then crafting things. Kitchen. Level 2 cutting board. Level 2 oven. And a grill. And a microwave. And a nicer fridge. And then we arrange. No, that's the old fridge. We're going to throw that away. That's the old cutting board. Throw away. That's the 19th century stove. Throw away. Cutting board. And an oven. And a grill doesn't fit there. That's fine, we'll put it there. And a microwave. While I'm doing deep cut British references. And a frigo. And we have our level 2 kitchen. I just saw some trash, I need to pick up the trash. And now, oh, the things we can cook. But specifically, first we want to cook French onion soup, don't we? Autofill cards, if you will. Yep, so we need to slice bread. Boil onion. 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 Simmer butter and cheese. And fuel wood. And then Wicker. While I look at what else we can make. Boil onion, not roast. Yeah, that is a choice. Let's make peach tea, shall we? Which also includes sage, which is... okay, I could see that maybe working. So we raw some honey. Boil some sage. Simmer some peach. And fuel some wood. And let's make pasta. If you boil it long enough, the water boils off. That's... kids, don't do that. What do you mean I can't autofill those cards? Oh, it's because I clicked the thing too soon. Speaking of cooking abominations, how about the bake-off s'mores? Right. I mean, did you see all of Mexican Week? This whole season has been so weird, and I'm not entirely here for it. Slice the garlic. Boil the pasta, which is really the only way you should be preparing pasta, I hope. Simmer the cheese, which... alright. And fuel the wood. Like Paul visited the Americas and decided to make the fact that he visited the Americas his sole personality. I mean, yeah, that's very Paul Hollywood. I think I'm out of pasta now, actually, so I can't make any chili mac. To the tune of Jimmy Mac. Some beet chips. Roast the beet. Roast the herb. Fuel the wood. Oh, we have one pasta left. Went to Mexico once and now I'm a guacamole expert. Visited New York and now I know how s'mores are made. Yep. Oh, we have a microwave now. We're going to use the microwave just because it exists. Let's make popcorn. Wait, do I have any butter left? I don't have any butter left. Let's not make popcorn. How'd you do a micro-baked apple? Oh, micro-baked is in baked in the microwave. You could have had them make marshmallows. Exactly! And yet... should we just make fries? We'll just make fries. Given that fry is not a verb we had before. Raw the herbs. Fuel the wood. Yeah, digestive, dark chocolate, Italian meringue. You know, how s'mores are made. What do we have left that I could be using? I think I've run out of interesting new recipes for the time being, but that's fine. I would like to micro-bake the apples, but I don't have any butter left. Well, I have made much food. And most importantly, I have French onion soup for a small mafioso. Is dark chocolate in s'mores gross? Like, I know it's non-traditional, and I mean, I have literally no horse in this race. I like dark chocolate, but I haven't eaten it in, like, 16 years. On account of, you know, allergies. But yeah, I like it. Can't eat it. Still way too amused at raw the herbs. Thank you. It's nice to know that while I keep doing these bits, it's because they're funny and not just because I'm having some kind of slow, nervous breakdown. Cool, we did the thing. Further improvements available. Raise the prestige to level 5. Well, that's going to require a load of decoration, which is not a thing I typically do. How far from 5 are we? Also, why have I not got guests? Right, what are our stats like? You'll be fine. I should have something with 21 decoration. Yeah, you're fine. You there. 24 food? I'm sorry, do you think this bear has Michelin stars? When I go to a hotel being literally run by a bear, I'm not going there because I'm like, I'm sure there will be world-beating cuisine. Oh, we're still halfway through 3, yeah. Need many more decorations, which, frankly, may never happen. Unless we are required to advance the prestige of the area that much. Where am I going now? Give soup to rat. And also, I didn't check the numbers at the desk. I have no active guests in Timber Crossing. I should really sort that. Cool, there's some more discourse happening in the chat. Oh, and just pointing out for those of you who weren't in the chat right at the start of the episode, we have a new follower emote straight out of this game. So enjoy. Is that some hot soup I smell on ya? Yes, yes it is. Oh, the stench! The marvelous stench! The sweet slimy funk of the onion cavorting with the butter. You're going mildly German there, Wade. Infusing the grainy junkiness of the bread and smothered by all that scrumptious cheese. That's quite the vocabulary you sprung up out of nowhere. You hate dark chocolate? Huh. And coffee? For once, we are not the same person. I didn't think you could make something sound so gross and delicious at the same time. Sorry, that was my stomach speaking. I was starting to see the pearly corrugated metal gates. I didn't expect you to actually bring me back anything. Mister, this soup makes me feel all warm inside. And not just because it's burning my gullet. I don't know how I could ever thank you. Say, I don't know much about things. That statement can stand on its own. But I do know my way around garbage. Do you think your little business could use a little clean-up duty? Hey, there you go. Emily, you were asking if there was a way to get rid of trash. I think we might have just found it. With unmatched enthusiasm, Wade offered Hank his garbage collection services. His speedy little feet were great for grabbing any litter left behind by lazy guests. In return, he'd receive a fair wage and perhaps, for the first time, some honest recognition for his talent. Well, come to think of it, humans are a never-ending pit of waste. Another statement that can stand on its own. It does feel like I'm trying to use a mop on an ocean sometimes. Oh, don't you worry about a thing. I was born in a trash can. Listen, if you set me up in a base that I can work from... Wade's dump cart. I can keep your operation clean as a whistle. Wade's offered to come work with you. His specialty is gathering garbage. Jesus, it's raining. Let's hide in the bus shelter for a second. We can't. Cool. We've learnt the blueprint for the dump cart. Place it anywhere in a resort to unlock his services for that area. You can turn on Wade's services through cabin management. Once active, he'll automatically gather all the garbage. and charge me money per guest. And periodically check in and collect all the garbage from him. Neat. Now, I wonder. Jesus, this is some weather we're having. Let's go back to Timber Crossing, because for one thing, I need to check some guests in. Can you have staff working at multiple places at once? Like, I don't know, but that's why it was a question, I suppose. Why is one of them only 13 comfort? Oh, because I haven't upgraded the bed because the room is too small. That's right. And I still want a room that can take pampered guests, but like... This already has all this level 4 stuff, and it's still only, what, 30 comfort, and I need like 33. Don't have any more bedroom items I can use, do I? No, this is the top end of everything I've got, so unless... No. I just don't have the space. Okay, so we've got a 2012, a 1323, and a 3025. And no guest requests. Guess they won't come till morning. Well, let's make it morning. Got a bunch of money. Yeah, the pampered ones will want 38 comfort, which is a lot. Like, so much. Ah, but we have completed our progression quest. We have had guests stay at Winterbury. Ha 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 ha. Oh, also I should make Gus's table. Table? Cart. No, Gus's table is a different thing. This is Wade's dump cart. Probably set you up in Winterbury. Again, if we can't have you working multiple places at once, which I don't know if it's actually covered if we can or not. What am I doing? Winterbury, yes. Want the bus for that. Yeah, see, isn't the little waving berry emote cute? Just the moment I saw that art, I was like, yes. Necessary. Needed for life. Be with you in a minute, Shark. I need to go and employ a rat. Dump cart. Keep it away from the room, the bedrooms. That's fine. And then go and turn on. Also, I have a bunch of guests. 3523s and 2322. You'll do for that one. I want a 1612 at the bottom, which might be difficult. We're still at a total -5 decoration. I should really, like, actually put some decoration out. Also, why are the stats on this one so much lower than everywhere else? Because the furniture is worse. Got it. And now I can't change the furniture on account of you're in it. Also, it's the only one that doesn't have, like, parquet flooring. Wait, that's not the button. Let me make you a better bed. I can't throw them away directly like that, okay. That's just a cushion footrest. Let's make a top level footrest. Oh, they get the different flooring to reflect their overall level. I get it. And that's a crap vanity. Let's make you a nice vanity. $30.18, that's much better. I still need to get some decoration around the place, probably. But that sounds like effort. How's the premium property progressing? Beep. It's done. Congratulations once again Congratulations once again for fulfilling every hard-working person's dream, making a microscopic dent into the wealth you'll need to accumulate over your considerable lifetime, just to ensure basic survival. Too real, game. Too real. Different locations could support different exclusive amenities. Due to the rising costs of the industry, our guests will have expectations for such luxury comforts. And definitely not because of brazenly inflated advertising we are now legally obligated to disclose. Remember, if you're looking to expand your little enterprise and our real estate empire, be on the lookout for the pectoral fin of profit. Bye, shark. And now we have upgrade things for Winterbury. Repair all cabins? Well, we've done that. I feel very able to complete the task on account of we completed the task. Ah! There we go, we've upgraded and now there are new things. And we have a thermostat. I mean, that's a thermometer, that's a different thing, game. 6 level 4 bedrooms and a level 1 lounge. Ugh, that's gonna have to wait. The lounge is a type of special room that can only be built in certain areas. It's perfect for unwinding with a good book or a good pickle. Why not both? Requires an armchair, sofa, and a dispenser, by which we mean bookshelf. And some guests will specifically want a lounge. And we now have better heating equipment. Yay! What's the difference between them? Ah, this has a much lower negative decoration thing. The large fuel chest has a much higher one, but given that we're not really using it because I'm keeping an eye on everything myself, and also I have large pockets. So let's just see about replacing the heater. Now, is this room accessible? Oh yeah. Yeah, we're fine. And this can take like 4 stacks of wood. That's a lot. Throw away the old boiler. It was crap. That's fine. I've got more in this fuel chest. Give me the... There we go. Just take all that wood, and then, sure, I know I've ragged on Jax's business plan, but I'm just going to go and buy a few stacks. Oh, I've not actually turned Gus's services on, have I? What do you mean I can't buy in stacks? Ah, there we go. Shift left click. That costs a very large amount of money, but you know what, it's done now. Ah, and now I can tell the temperature is 3 Celsius out. Good to know. Do I have guests queued in Winterbury at the minute? I need to actually turn Wade on. Or specifically his services. So now what do we do for progression? Because are any of these quests marked for progression? No. I guess we look around until we find somebody with a quest. What about that one NPC we had up here who hasn't done anything yet? What's the temperature like in here? Or does... I don't know, the thermometer only tells me the temperature outside? Really? Okay then. Ah, yeah, we're doing a nice steady 17 in here, which is a good temperature. I'm not going to say if you turn your thermostat higher than that you're a monster. Oh no, Jax has another quest for us. Have you met the old lady that roams the valley? Barbara? Yeah, she's nice. Yes, her. She roamed the streets of Winterbury not long ago. She was looking for a well-behaved bear with a helpful disposition. I mean, that's generally what you use Grindr for. Oh, do you think she found him? Oh, I have my doubts. She has a scent about her I haven't sensed in a while. Even before this valley went quiet. Walking about the western path from Pinefall before the landslide closed it off. I think she went down the road back to High Lake. Perhaps you can go help her search. That's a great idea. I sure hope I can help her find him. Oh, I'm certain you'll have no trouble at all. We are a bear of very little brain. Also, I didn't actually check that there was still enough food in Winterbury. I hear that food is a thing people want. Oh no, we've still got tons of bowls of apples. Really the only food anybody ever wants. Here, have some iced tea to go with it. And some soup. And some eggs. There we go. And actually, on that note, before we go and find Barbara, it seems words. It seems like a great time to go and take a short break. So, as ever, I'm going to go and stretch and have some water and all those things, but also run some ads. If you'd let them run while you also, you know, go and insert wet and stretch tight. And take your meds if you need to. And I will be back in 3 minutes. Love you all. See you then. And we're back. Hello again, everyone. Should we go and find our woman and see what she's doing? Which felt like it should rhyme in my head, but doesn't remotely. Unless, of course, you pronounce woman as wooing. Which, like, I'm sure there's an accent out there that does it, but I'm not saying they're wrong, but... As in...
It took us a while, but I think you're ready. Well, Hank, you've been working your magic on this valley, and I have to say, I am very impressed. I think I'd like to show you what my corner of the forest looks like.
Oh, you're a landowner as well. Hello, fellow bourgeois.
If you'd like to join me, that is.
New routes unlocked towards Pinefall. Which I'm pronouncing like that, apparently. Ooh, here we have bigger houses. I need to stop stacking all my little fidget things quite so close to my mouse and knock them over. New things available from Oliver. Well, you're getting that weather too, huh? Lots of wood piles around here, as one would really hope in a place called Pinefall. Treasure chest, containing risotto, stuffed peppers and cobbler. Delicious. Free spinach and potatoes, so many vegetables. A word I now perennially say in the voice of either Brian Wilson or Greg Davis. Oh, that was just trash, okay. There's a lot of trash around. Because, not to be rude about your home, Barbara, but this does seem like something of a disaster area. Let's repair your bus stop. An old chest full of unclaimed peach cobbler, the dream. Just got the achievement Maddest Max, which I assume means we've built all the bus stops. Barbara, why do you live here? This feels like the end of Madoka Magica. Resort sign, which needs 3 loggers tools. That's more than 2. Also, there's a Pont Voyage here. Guess this is where our last property is going to be. If anybody can hear us announcing it over the wind. Need silk sheets. That's not a thing. We've never had to have that before. There's lots of monuments around here. We build the pinewood plank and now we can craft. No, we use the plank to build the table. We don't build the plank. The plank is a building material, Anna. There's another monument up here. A windmill. Well, we can just casually build a windmill, so let's. The power of the wind, captured by this engineering wonder. It's me, I'm engineering wonder. Got -4 as well. This is not the most hospitable place you brought me to, Barbara. Am I going to die? You have to tell me if I'm going to die. That's the rules. I'm going to steal your treasure first. Prospector's gear! Hey! Hey, Barbara, wake up!
Welcome to Pinefall.
Everybody is very chill about being woken up in the middle of the night by a bear in their house.
The most perfect scenery you'll ever see, if I do say so myself.
We can't see it through the rain.
Why, the history of this place alone could fill up 10 encyclopedias. Do you like it?
What's an encyclopedia? Bear noises?
Of course you do. Now, just like the rest of the valley, we've got our work cut out for us here. Pinefall Resort has 3 main buildings, and they've all seen better days, so we should start by fixing one of them up. I think you ought to parley with your shark friend and get to work.
Jesus, this is some capital W weather. I can see my house from here. Literally. And now we can see it even better with these binoculars. Nothing else, the view's definitely worth writing home about. And then you can take that letter and just throw it off the cliff and it'll hit your house. Didn't we see this rock outcropping in the last game? Oh, right, yeah, the cliff top from To the Moon and that, yeah. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Took me a second there to even remember what the last game was. Because again, brain holds. And I need to get 3 loggers' tools to repair that one monument. That monument, if you will. Oh wow, this goes all the way from a cliff on one side to the sea on the other. That's geographically surprising. I'm gonna call that. Or is this a lake? It's possible this is a lake. Speaking of absolute inexorable brainworms, is me saying the phrase "it's possible" in the intonation of Carrie Elwes at the end of The Princess Bride. No trolls here. That's a shame. But hey, that's why I've got the safe space tag. No trolls here. Excuse me, I think I have a button for that lame joke. Thank you. Nicely timed ding. Okay, first I want to go back to... Oh, we've unlocked all the areas. Yeah. Which I guess we already knew. Where am I going? Timber Crossing. I want to see what the new thing Oliver has for sale is. Oh, it's so much quieter now. Hi, Oliver. Bus sign. Ah, you sell prospector gear. 1,500 each. That's a bunch, but I've already got 2. Oh, I also needed 3 logging gear, didn't I? Which I now can't afford. Dang it! Also, when did I get a silver game disc? I don't remember picking that up. Okay, so the loggers tools can come later. But what can we do with this prospecting gear? See, I'm sure there were a bunch of places to use it, and now I can't remember where. Any routes out of here that need doing? No, they are all clear. Do I need to queue more guests in here? I think I do. Yeah, I've got one that'll leave tomorrow, so I can queue somebody else there. There was definitely a Prospector's Gear thing at Dark Grove, because there was like that second part of it with some other NPCs that I hadn't been to yet. Let's go and do that. Yes, I know I could be going for progression, and I'm probably just like taking a bit of progression that's meant to be later in the game or whatever. But I refuse to play your video game in order. And will never log off. Okay, so to get out that way needs digging. Which will take us to presumably Pinefall, maybe Winterbury. Let's find out. I've got 3 prospector skills. I like opening routes up. Can't sit in chairs correctly, can't play games in correct order. You are right. To Pinefall, yeah. I have to sit in chairs correctly for the purposes of streaming because I do not have a huge amount of space here, and let me tell you, it's a constant struggle. This takes us out to the other side of the river. Wow, I'm just doing everything in movie quote tones today. Looks like a good place to contemplate existence. You've never done that in your life, Hank. Don't lie to me. Oh, treasure chest. With a snacks vending machine and a cute plushie stand. We Disneyland now. Alright, so yeah, I don't think I could have got across this river before. So that's neat, and there's a lot of plants. As could be expected for, you know, forest. And I need some logging tools to rebuild the bridge. And there's a bear temple and a treasure chest with a nacho cheese lamp. I'm not sure that's what that is. Truly the forbidden nacho cheese. A brushed gold cupboard and some glass. Excellent, we always need more of that. And bear temple? Looks like a chunk fell out. Okay. I feel like there's a lot of backstory still to be established. And it may never. Okay, this was a... I was going to say productive detour. Enlightening? Yeah, probably more productive. We got stuff. To Dark Grove. Damn, doing the montage music doesn't teleport me there. I have to actually walk like a chump. You ever do that in real life? Realise that you've got a bunch of stuff to do and then say something that, if it was on TV, would be the cue for a montage? Just to see if it happens. See if you black out for a while you do all your chores. Just me? Why can't I take these mushrooms? Have I filled my inventory again? Fill my inventory again. Okay, what are we burning? What don't we want? This one thing of pasta? Gone. We have so much cotton and some synth sheets can go. Is there anything else that hasn't stacked properly? We don't need 83 corn. Let's just leave it at that for the minute. Those did not look like mushroom sheets, but then, what do I know? I don't. I am not the mushroom identifier. To be fair, pretty much any mushroom, like, actually growing, looks to me like, no thank you. Prospectors, gear. And we need an iron key to open this old iron gate and get to a treasure chest. Hello, cave. This map is just Dark Grove above, so we're flying blind. So let's just turn right every time. Geometrically solve the maze. Blackberries, neat. More charcoal lilies, more mint, and nothing. not got any, like, secret paths. I love blackberries. They're truly one of the great underutilized flavors. A red feather coveted by a strange cult? I'm sorry, this game has taken a turn. Oh no, my plan to geometrically solve the cave has been defeated by my own impulsiveness. Once again, I need a rusty key to get through that door. But what's up here? Cozy B&B simulator with cults. Treasure chest with logger's tools. Neat. I need those. What can I burn to carry those? What do I have too much of? I have so much cotton. Wait, is that just not stacked? That's just not stacked. Is there a button? Organize. I had an organize button this entire time. Okay, I still don't have any more space. I have so many stacks of pine. It's because I ran out that one time, and ever since then I was like, no, must have more pine. Turn right. Always turn right. Big mushrooms. That's not part of the standard advice for solving mazes, but you know. We move. That's what you want instead of a real-life montage option, is a real-life organize button. That is fair. Ah, and here we have the bridge to connect back down there, and I can't fix it because I don't have 2 logger's tools. Need a whole bunch of logger's tools. I should stop picking up all these plants that I don't need when I'm already running out of space. And here's another door. Needs a fuzzy charm key. You know when I was saying we might, going through here might throw us into, like, a bit of the game that's designed to come later in the progression? I feel like that might be true. Out here. Back here. Turn right, can we? No. Right. And right. And we've looped. Have I really seen everything? Did we go out the top here? Yeah. Yeah, I think we've seen everything until we can open those doors. Weirdly intersect with the wall there. Yeah, I think we've seen everything we can see in here until we have some keys. Well, that was interesting and unnerving at the same time. I'm leaving. Jeffrey, we're leaving. Oh yes, here's the ruin Gus was living in. Okay, I can't remember where any of the other Prospector Gift places were. So I guess we just go back to Pinefall for the time being, or do I keep looking in old areas? Let's keep looking in old areas. Why not? Why not? Why not? I'm in an exploration-y mood. let's go to A24. It's good that I don't have to pay for the bus. Really, if a bear wandered onto your bus, your first concern wouldn't be charging. You'd be too busy going, there's a bear on my bus. Although perhaps in slightly more surprise than that, in that tone of, huh, I just had. No, there's a bear on my bus. Would you look at that? Ah, and we've completed the A24 advancement quest. I didn't even notice. Job is complete. Improve your skill. Congratulations, you have improved your skill level too. Warning, no skill detected. Come back as soon as possible to continue the path to financial success. Further improvements, yes. 15 5-star reviews to get a dapper new overcoat. Yes. Gus, you better be getting me good reviews. What are my recent reviews like? I'm getting plenty of 5s. Cool, we just let that ride. What was I here for? Checking for prospector routes, yes. Down there's just the highway. Ah, prospecting route. Under the junkyard. Down by the highway. Yeah, we've apparently run into one of those days where I, instead of talking in 80% references, I talk in 95% references. Me, weirdly attached to media. Who could ever believe this? And that's our last prospector's gear, so after this we are going back to Pinefall. And this leads to Beachside. We've not been there. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that. This sure is a beach that we are at the side of. I don't need more synth streets right now. So why would I dismantle a couch if I don't need more synth streets right now? Yeah, I'll take everything else. Oh, and a golden game disc. That's a quest item right there. And over here is a thing that we need a crowbar to open. Don't give a bear a crowbar, that sounds like a terrible idea. Alternatively, do give a bear a crowbar, but make sure you have a video camera. Get some more blackberries. Some linden. Again, not an ingredient you see often in things. What can I drop? I don't need these coffee trees. Get some linden, and that's cool. Oh, and there's another exit from here to presumably Whitestone? Yeah. Let's keep looking around first. And listen to this Jean-Michel Jarre soundtrack. Which I'm 100% here for. And then we get in the boat and we leave. I'd like to learn fishing one day. Of course you would, you're a bear. Nothing else of note. No, this is a small area. But hey, it's filling in some gaps. And coming into Whitestone this way, do I get anything else? I get direct access to another place that needed prospector's gear. Okay, I guess beachside is just making sure you've got prospector's gear. I just noticed the little crabs on there. Hey, crab. Thanks, Screaming Gull. Pleased to see you too. Right, should we actually go back to Pinefall and get back to progression? Or alternatively, I just got 3,000 money and I could go and get more prospectors gear. Which does sound very tempting. Things in your inventory all have a price tag on them, so they must be somewhere you can sell things. I can afford one prospector's gear. I don't need these lilies. Wait. I have all this new decoration. Does this place need it? Nah, not really, to be honest. Good talk, Emma. Do I have enough guests queued? I did not. Okay, so we've got that prospector's gear. So we know that there's that one in Whitestone, but it just leads back to Beachside. Is there another one in Whitestone, perhaps? Is this the way to Whitestone? Yes. And anyway, you say you want an organized button instead of a montage option. If you just say that, if you just get a montage of you organizing things, that's the same thing, really. Oh, Wade's there. I didn't notice. The reports on my death are greatly exasperated. I'm not dead, okay? I know, you literally work for me. I pay you. I hope you're not dead. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be anything else here. You still got the creepy bats down there. Do they want this cult feather I picked up? A crimson moon will rise upon the world. Let it look wicked. Nope, cool. I'll just leave you being apocalypse bats in your little room. Wish you joy of it. Oh. Yes, as with last time, and as alluded to in my going live tweet, most of my spare time lately has been Persona 5 Royal is finally out on Xbox, and let me tell you, that game rips. So this is the way up to High Lake, yeah, and then northwest is to... I should know. Oh, that's to Pinefall, yeah, of course. Let's see, let's just look around and see if there's anywhere else we can use this prospecting gear. Yeah. And I know that Persona 5 is a good game is not the hottest take in the world. But hey, guess what? It's widely beloved because it's great. But that's not the game we're playing today, and not just because streaming from my Xbox would be a whole other thing. There don't appear to be any exits around the edge of here that we haven't seen. Okay. Let's take the bus up to Winterbury. Why is the bus stop on this dirt track and not, you know, on the road? I have many questions. I don't have any more space for fuel. To Winterbury, where I should also probably check up on the boiler fuel and the kitchen food. Dining room food. The dining room is where you eat the food. And the kitchen is where you find out why they call it oven. And also, we really need some decoration. And I just found some rather nice decorative items, and have you still not picked up any trash, Wade? What are you even doing with your time? Don't know why I can't just swap stacks with it, but sure. I should also make sure I've got gas queued. Oh, actually, I'll do the decoration first. It's like this room really needed some decoration. Nope. Can I fit this cupboard in? Yes. And a big old lava lamp. Thanks! Oh my god, I love it! And a snacks vending machine if you can't be bothered to walk down to the dining room. Excellent. See, now our prestige isn't negative. 23, 22, 27, and 30, 28, 27. Hampered ones here, 135. That's a lot. No, 145. I have 35. But higher hygiene is a thing we can absolutely deal with. And the food. Yes, there's a space on the buffet. You require peach cobbler. How did I go, like, what, 3, 4 episodes? If I have pants on, people just think he's a mascot rather than a real bear. Yes, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Yeah, how have I gone this long without knowing there was an organize button? This is everything I needed in my life. No, that's not the bus. Okay, is there anywhere we haven't scoured? No, I think we've seen all of the prospector spaces at the minute. So next up is back to Pinefall, where we actually try and get some progression. And yeah. Is the weather still going to be awful? Let's find out. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. If you see just a bear wandering around, that's worrying. If you see a bear with shorts and a baseball cap, that's adorable. Milk smells a bit off, but you take a swig anyway. Looking for love. Announcing our new matchmaking service, expiration dates. That's actually very good. Barbara sent me to fix some cabins. Bon Voyage proudly presents the Pinefall Purlieu. It's what we would love to tell our thousands of excited customers, if only anyone knew what that meant. But before any of that can happen, this old resort requires significant expertise and craftsmanship. Absent those, you'll have to do. Fix any of the 3 rundown cabins in Pinefall. Thanks, I will. Also, I'll steal this. So is this where... No, this is where I needed silk sheets. There was something over here I needed logger's tools for, right? I got some. Right? Oh yeah, it's the sign just here. It's right there on my map, Emma. Pinefall Resort? Open. Welcome to Pinefall, the jewel of the valley. Let's start with this place. The southern cabin. Yes. Step 1. Theft. Step 1 is theft. Is it theft if it's just generic jetsam of life? Which is also my Big Country cover band. The Water Boys. That's who that joke would have landed better if it was the Water Boys. And that was the band I was trying to think of, and then I couldn't get there and ended up going with Big Country instead. Similar vibe, but... so much material. Love me that material. And a basement that's not full of trash, which is weird, because you'd think that'd be more where where things accumulated on account of, you know, time and gravity. Yep. Get materials. Do we have materials? Yes. Get butt to work. Work butt. You able to repair a cabin in Pinefall? Yep, all done. Excellent! Pinefall Resort is now open for business. You're already a certifiable expert at creating incentives for tourists to visit a location. Incentives such as beds and running water. Which is why I'm not going to waste another second reminding you about it. Thank you. I should tell Barbara the good news. She's got an achievement Endgamer. Which isn't an instruction. I assume it just means I've got all the resorts. And by assume, I mean there were only that many slots in the resort page. Oh, Barbara... No, I'm not going to take this one apple out of a moldy chest, because for one thing, that sounds gross. Am I going to steal your breakfast? Yes. Hey, Barbara, wake up.
Everything all right, dear?
Repair one of the cabins. Excited bird noises.
I can't believe it. It looks just like I remember. Say, have I told you about Pinefall?
It's not a story the Jedi would tell you.
It used to be such a wonderful place. I've lived in Pinefall almost my entire life. My parents sent me here looking for work. I didn't have a lot of choices growing up, so any job was a good job. This was one of the best out there. I haven't told this story in a long time. I barely think about those days anymore. I got assigned to Pinefall Resort when I was but a spring chicken. When I arrived, the darn thing was still being built. Even hammered a few nails myself. It was a big deal at the time, you see. The biggest leisure resort in the entire valley. It sent a strong message. I didn't come from much back then, so I couldn't quite believe my luck. They ended up giving me the front desk on my very first day. We opened early because people were flooding in from every corner of the country. And I was ready, young and full of hope. Of course, old age doesn't have to come with losing hope, but it sure likes to try. Oh, listen to me getting lost in thought. You've done such a great job. Surely those guests must be trampling at the gates to stay here. Keep them coming.
New recipes. Bon Voyage has new things. We can now make the marquee bed.
And make sure to fix another cabin when you run out of space.
Can I do it now? Can we skip the part where I have to wait for guests to exist? Can I just do the cabin now? Barbara? Barbara, can I? Barbara? Well, I mean, I have the quest now, so I guess, yes, I can. Also, is the marquee bed going to be, like, have a larger footprint than the Dijon? Also, it's going to need silk, which we do not have. And you can't tell the footprint from... I wish it put the footprint on here for planning purposes. Little nitpick there. Yeah, instead of actually advancing the resort, I'm just going to... Well, I guess advance the resort, but in a different way. I should also see what these new recipes in Bon Voyage are about. Also, there's a new quest. Oh god, there's so much. Oh god, there's so much. I think we have hit the end game. Is Gran behind the shark timeshare? That's sadly possible. Louis bed, royal wardrobe, a baroque vanity, a sweetheart footrest, marble bathroom sink, deluxe toilet, bubble master tub, grand buffet, sleek gilded table, cushioned chair, large cutting board, high-tech cooker, large griddle, advanced microwave, and double-door fridge. My god, I made those jokes about us being the bourgeoisie now, but oh my god. And as a reminder to all our valued and unworthy customers, payments are due on the 1st, 3rd, and 13th and 20th of each month. That's a esoteric schedule you've got there. Got any work for me? They say life is meaningless without the satisfaction of a hard day's work. Okay, A, shark? No. And B, Emily, you make the bourgeoisie joke. Check the stream title. Which sets your current efforts at just above pointless. Good job. You should now strive towards reaching the next level of this totally not made up scale. Barely significant. Can't stop you because you can't read. Valid. Words that we hear every day at Bon Voyage. Every single day. Even on our good days. You wouldn't believe what we hear on our bad days. What? No, I was following the script. You can't make me. No! Premium partner. Please complete your required assignment. New items available from the garbage. Crab just murdered a call center employee. And new recipes. Thank you. Complete the stay for 10 guests in Pinefall. Guess we've got to do it now. Oh my god, we've got so many new things. High-tech heater, fuel chest 3, sleek marble bar, modern bar stool, wine dispenser, pleather armchair, vermilion sofa, pickle bar, humongous screen, and VIP cinema seats. So I guess we have to do that for story progression. I shouldn't be complaining so much about having to actually do the hotel management part of this hotel management game. But I'm remembering that it's the kind of thing that doesn't always grab me for its own sake. Like, when progression's gated behind it, then sure, I'm happy to, but yeah. And I might well end up, like, if I keep doing as much as it takes to just get to the end of the game proper and then advancing everything and doing all the side quests on my own time. But also, that time will come both after I finish the game on stream and after I've finished Persona 5 in my own time. which could be some way off. Oh, I didn't actually take the quest to clear it up, but, you know. Yes. I did it. Yes. Materials. I think I've got them. Yes. Oh, that's nice. That's fancy. Hey, Barbara. We did the thing. Are we being paid for this? I'm assuming no, but, you know, hope springs eternal.
How are you, Hank?
How did she know my name? Does she actually speak bear and she's been lying to us all this time? I repaired one of the cabins. Excited bird noises. Hope that speech bubble didn't say anything important.
You know, things weren't all that bad before. I remember building all of this with my bare hands.
The name is literally on the plushie stand. Okay, yeah. Shut up.
Oh, it's all coming along so nicely. If I took off my glasses, I could say it looks better than before. But I digress. Where was I? Oh, yes, the early inauguration and all the trouble that brought. Not everyone was happy about it, of course. You can never please everyone. Some people didn't approve of the entire thing, saying it's a waste of money. We even had a few troublemakers, but they didn't get very far.
Like this one stag?
You see, the authorities were quite strict at the time, and you could get in a lot of trouble if you didn't follow the rules. We had issues all around the valley, just like any place in this world. It wasn't perfect, no, but at least they got things done, and people liked that. Before I knew it, a couple of years flew right by, and the whole resort was finally done. The jewel of the valley. I wish you could see it in all its glory, my boy. It was an amazing sight to behold. Before it was all razed to the ground. Darn at it again, aren't I? Well, there's always room for more guests. Come back when you've rebuilt another cabin.
Do you know, I will. That sounds much more appealing than getting more guests. Western cabin, clear out debris. Well, at the end of this, we shouldn't be hurting for basically any materials. You can't stop me because I can't read is the theme of the day. Please, that's the theme of my life. I need space to actually get rid of all the debris. I'm going to take this and just immediately throw it away. You can't do that, apparently. Okay. I had a moment there where I was like, why do you get synthetic sheets when you dismantle washing machines? That's not really a thing you'd have as part of a washing machine. No, but you'd have them in a washing machine, you idiot. I love me saying you idiot and then immediately proving myself right by pulling out my headphone lid. Will that have made the audio go all weird? I hope that hasn't made the audio go all weird. I think we're good. Would more cooking help get rid of some of these ingredients? I mean, kind of, but then also the food items take up just as much space, like, and they tend to stack less. Audio's fine, thank God. Yes, structure. Clear. I've got so many materials. And butt work. They're all repaired. We did the thing. Praise us, surrogate grandmother.
Are you alright, hun?
I repaired one of the cabins. Excited bear noises.
I can't believe you're moving so fast. It never felt so big before, so full of life. Or maybe it did. Maybe I forgot how that feels.
Nobody take that voice clip out of context.
My eyes must be playing tricks on me. Hank, you've done it. Looks just like the pine fall I fell in love with. When the paint was barely dry and the resort was thriving. Back when we were truly alive. Soon after opening, things took a turn for the worse. The problems ran deeper than anyone thought, including me.
Is that anyone including me, or the problems including me? That could be taken very different ways.
More and more people started voicing their anger, going from whispers to mumbles to cries to screams.
If your hotel is literally causing people to physically scream, you should fix that.
The authorities, the regime as people called them, punished anyone and everyone.
I'm sorry, we took a hard left turn into, well, when the fascists were in power. Jesus! Excuse me a second.
But they pushed people further and further into suffering, cornering them in desperation. So the people pushed back.
Cults, regimes, you know, yep. And okay, so the reason there was a fire in the valley was the war.
Anger was met with anger. Violence echoed violence. Going back and forth until there was nothing left. Not in Pinefall, not in the valley, not anywhere. I must say, Hank, this hasn't been easy. I've been watching these ruins for over a decade. I almost felt like I would long for them. But now you've made me realize I missed the real Pinefall even more. Not that it ever missed me. Hank, dear, there's something that I've been thinking about in the last 12 seconds since you completed my other quest. Pinefall, the valley, this place, it has a lot of secrets. Dark secrets, horrible secrets, secrets that can make your tail swirl. Some that even I don't know about, but that most people have never heard of. Which makes them even more exciting. But the best kept secret of them all is, none of that is true.
What?
Or is it? See? Exciting. My point is, a bit of mystery always draws people in. If you give the most gullible a little something that they can't quite figure out, they become much more interested. There's an old merchant in the desert that does well with this sort of thing.
No room in your inventory to receive this unpolished steel. It's been placed in your lost and found container. Where's that?
Take this and go see him. I'm sure you'll get along just fine.
Your sense of humour has gone out of place in isolation. Yep. See, this is much more interesting than just running a hotel. Okay, is our lost and found the same? Is it just our bear stash by the Bon Voyage truck? No. Well, that's a development. We don't need all these herbs. Or 2 stacks of tomatoes. Or 4 stacks of pine. Or 3 stacks of cotton. Or that. Okay, so it's been placed in my lost and found. Funnily enough, I need to take a break anyway. So while we listen to the beautiful sound of the wind coming through Pinefall, I am going to run some ads. As ever, I'm going to probably take a few minutes as I step away, get some more water. All of you, do the same. Have some water, take your meds, stretch, move around. Let the ads run if you can, and I will be back in probably between 5 and 10 minutes. Love you all, and I will see you in a few. And I'm back. Hello everyone, sorry about the slightly extended break. But, you know, things happened. But on the upside, I've worked out, I found out how to get the lost and found. It's literally just there. Which is a nice little feature. It just puts it in limbo. Right, so where am I going with that? Ipswich. I'm not going to Ipswich, I'm going to talk to Ipswich. Ipswich is the name of the city in England, if you didn't know. And thus, my confusion. But yeah, also, looked up how you sell things, and the answer, surprisingly, is you don't. Things all have a coin value listed on them for some reason. There's nowhere in the game to sell them. Which is weird. Hi, Ipswich. What do you want, child? I'm busy. I've got something to show you. Why are you showing me junk? Where did you find this? The old lady from Pinefall asked me to bring this to you. She said something about secrets and gullible people. Barbara? Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. I see it now. This isn't your average piece of scrap. This is from the old world. Taken from the great, magnificent junk heap. Look, this special artifact needs to be, resonated. Yes. For it to show its true form, you could never comprehend. I'm not even trying. Yes, well, I'm afraid this needs a more experienced hand than mine. You might want to show this to a qualified expert. Take it to Charlotte, the old crone. She'll have an answer to your little inquiry. I think I might be being pranked. Just a feeling I have. Charlotte? Charlotte! That's an even deeper cut reference that I will never get out of my Lexus. Charlotte! And if anybody knows what I'm referencing there, I will be amazed. You again? Got any more freeloaders you'd like me to take in? I don't know what that means. I've got a precious artifact that needs a keen eye. The old bird in the desert sent me. He says this is real special. Oh, he did, huh? Wow, where did you find this? I've only heard about it in hushed tones from folks too afraid to talk about it out loud. Oh, charlatan. I see what you're doing there, yes. I kept pronouncing the E. I was like, Charlottian? That doesn't make any sense, but yes, that makes more sense.
This might be the most exciting discovery I've ever seen.
Really?
No, it's scrap.
That's what Ipswich said, but he took a second look after I told him it's from the old lady in Pipefall.
I see. Well, no doubt old Barbara is on the hunt for credulous simpletons again. And I see she bagged one already.
What?
Yeah. So I'm guessing the mysteries of the valley have to come out again.
Yes, exactly.
That's what I thought. Well, I can help you with transmuting your, artifact into something more palatable. Something more secretive, let's say. Something you could show off. But it's not gonna be cheap. I need 50 lilies, some for the procedure, some for the trouble. Get me those, and I'll give you something attractive to the more delicate minds.
And that's what I get for being like, oh, I don't need these lilies, I'll throw them away. I think I've still got like 40 odd in my stash, so few, I guess. If I haven't, I will be annoyed. I do have Gus, right? Yes, Gus is still doing his job. Excellent. Now, while I'm here, actually, build. Right. Let's see if we can get staff working multiple places at the same time. Wade Stuncoat. So far, so good. Okay, so that's now on... Yeah. So I could have Gus concierging everywhere, including the farmhouse in High Lake, which is currently unoccupied, which I should fix. And probably can't do the one in Timber Crossing just because I don't have the space. What am I doing? Lilies, yes. Yes, 41 lilies, excellent. Only need 2 more. And I'll put a stack of fuel in here just for if I need it. Because I'm getting so much lately. Yeah, and I picked up like 7 just on my way back out, so I should only need a couple more. Lilies. Come to me, lilies. There we go. I think that's exactly 50. I do precisely the work that is required.
You got my flowers.
Got them right here.
Give them here. And your artifact. Good. This is the, steel feather of the bird god. Yes, the metal plumage fell off mid-flight from the scaly tail of the beast. And then an unsuspecting ranger found it. Because it impaled them right through the heart. Yeah, that should do it. Take this to your old lady in the woods. I'm sure she'll be happy.
That's a steel feather.
And if you ever bring me scrap again, you better bring at least 15 lilies with it if you want anything good done with it.
Ah. So she kind of some kind of repeatable service? Interesting. So lilies are going to be useful. Right, instead of taking the bus back, I should probably walk just so I can check in on all my properties. Although that said, I can't even remember how you get to Pinefall. You can get there straight from Timber Crossing, yeah. So I'll only end up checking on one property. And yes, so I need to go up to High Lake and Winterbury at some point. But again, I'm not as focused on the management aspects of this as the characters and story. Although I really should be taking some time to build up Pinefall so that guests could be staying there while I'm doing this stuff. But here we are. Do I have guests queued in here? No. So we have a 2012, a 1323, and a 3025. But we still got that solid 5-star rating, so, you know, I'll take that. We don't get a lot of throughput, but those we do see, very much appreciate us. Pine Fall. The Fall of the Pine. Should go back to the beach at some point and just open that last route. Just 'cause. These loading screens are, by any objective metric, not long, but my god do they feel it to my brain. Oh hey, it's not the weather of death here, so that's nice. Barbara, got a thing.
Any luck, dear?
You bet. Excited bird noises.
Oh my, this is better than I thought. A true artifact only the real explorers would venture to see.
Are we just pranking tourists, actually?
Brilliant. Now you'll need a place to show this off for everyone to see.
Ah, more blueprints I can't afford. Display stands?
A museum would work wonders for this. You should go build one in the resort.
The museum is a type of special room only built in certain areas. Perfect for displaying mysterious artifacts of dubious origin that gullible guests can gawp at. Requires at least one display stand, and you better have something to put on it. Charlotte can turn mundane items into artifacts with the right item and number of charcoal lilies. Some guests will want a museum. I'm not sure all of this is completely, you know, legal under false advertising laws, but we'll go with it. What were these new recipes we've got? Doesn't look like we actually do have new recipes. Yeah, no, those are all things we had already. Technically, it's legal, we're advertising a museum. Yeah, okay, that's fair. So, is the red feather an exhibit as well? Or is that something I'll need to take and get transmuted? Yeah, I think so. I think all of that is. Alright. So I guess it's time to build that resort. You know what? I'm gonna start by building up the eastern cabin just because if this is the one the build menu is automatically gonna snap to, it'll save me. If museums were required to tell the truth, the British Museum would be in a lot of trouble. That is fair. Okay, we build a desk for me, a desk for Gus, a cart for Wade. Where did the Wade cart go? Wade cart. Oh, did I just not build it because I didn't have space? Ah. Let's build all the stuff we don't want people running into upstairs. Although, that might not be totally feasible in the long run, but we'll see. Wait, does that block the stairs? Which end of the stairs is the active end? It's that end. Okay, we're good. Oh! It put it in my lost and found. Well, I guess I've built that for another place. Activate him, just what I think. And I don't have any rooms to tell Gus to handle yet, so I'll do that first. Build room. Oh god, you can build like everything here. And an arcade? Let's build some nice big ones so we can get plenty of high quality stuff in them. Bathroom there should cover both of them, and should cover another one here. Now, just trying to remember which rooms it is that want to be like one per building and which are one per resort. Because like utility rooms are one per building, so I should build one up here. Are kitchens and dining rooms per building or per resort? I can't remember. Wait, I mean, kitchens aren't actually necessary because dining rooms are communal. No, that's not the word I meant at all. Dining rooms are... You only need... The kitchen is just for you. The dining room is for the guests. So, we only need a dining room in resorts. But we could build a kitchen here as well. And arguably perhaps should. And we can build a special room here as well. Oh yeah, we need to build the museum, don't we? I don't have money for that. Okay, well, we'll leave it at this for the minute, because I also need to do a bunch of crafting. And for that, I will need more space in my inventory, won't I? Ugh. Time to shuffle! Okay, so what do I need? How many bedrooms did I make? 4. I can't make the marquee because I still don't have any silk anywhere, but I can make 4 of those. Oh wait, if I build stuff and I don't have space for it, it'll just go in my lost and found, that's fine. Cute comfy footrests. 4 of those. Cute vanities. Can I get 4 of those? Yes. Oh god, I'm running out of pine already after saying how I was never going to run out of pine again. To the bathroom. A tub. A toilet. A sink. That's all the rooms here. Then upstairs we have the utility room, which will need a heater. And a chest. Probably doesn't need the chest, but you know. The kitchen. Fridge. Microwave. Grill. Oven. Cutting board, which has used up the last of my pine. Dining room. Long walnut table. And it takes 6 chairs, I think. And I can only make 5, so we'll do that. Wait, did that do that? I'm losing track from the famed long walnut tree. Yes, long walnut, or otherwise known as mahogany. Let's go and drop some of this stuff off, so that I can actually have all of my stuff in my inventory at once, because, yeah. Sent you on a quick Google search to see if mahogany was in the walnut family. Is it? It is not. Cool. Good to know. Oh no, I have tons of pine left. It's just it only counts it per stack, I think. Move a bunch of this food over. In fact, just start dumping. Because I'm not building at the minute, so that's fine. Meliaceae, that is a good name. Why are these doors still greyed out? This should be an active room. It's got a bed in it. Opposed to walnut, which is juglands. Yeah. Latin occasionally just has a time of it. just put these vanities directly back to back, which makes me assume that it's a two-way mirror situation. Okay, now two of them are still grayed out, not sure why. And these are all 30, 18, 27. Let's find people who want that, and I'll sort the food out in a sec. You should be managing all of these bedrooms for now, so we can get some throughput. And we go upstairs. And place a bunch more stuff. Fuel chest. A heater. Frigo, a microwave, and then we get everything else out of our lost and found. Nux Gallica's walnut, so you have no idea where Juglands comes from. Interesting. No, not the dump card. We've already got one of those here. Griddle. The oven, cutting board, where we realise we've placed everything very badly. And then in here we have a table, we have chairs there too. We put the table too close to the wall and then we can't put chairs on it. We do exactly the same thing. It's all an important part of the process. And then we build another chair. And we need food dispensers as well. I don't have any glass. I think I just put it all back in my stash. Boo. Yep. Wait, I don't need to actually walk over there. Brain. I can do it all with the power of my mind, although I do need to go over there to, you know, put fuel in the heater and put food in this buffet I'm about to build. From Jupiter's Acorn. Yeah, that makes sense. Going further down. Is that further down? I can't tell. And your remaining chair. Yeah, we're good. And we put food in the buffet. Stuffed peppers. Egg dip. Frunion. Mash. Risotto. Pasta. Iced tea. Fries! Suddenly we have a lot of space in our inventory! Hey! Put a bunch of wood. No, not in the fuel chest. Wait, in the boiler. Thanks for that. Right, I need to wait and gather more money. So, next up, I need to go to High Lake and actually get some guests in. And I need to start just putting Gus on everything, everywhere to try and get more passive income. Possum income? Nah, don't like it. And we have neither staff working here. That's fine, we can deal with that. 2517, 2520, 2315, 29, 24, 23, 28. I have no guest requests. Boo. That's fine. So what that means we will do is stick the dump cart down here. Build a gas desk. We don't have enough pine. Oh, that's plywood, not pine. I've been reading those wrong for quite a while. Great. Activate that. Yeah, I'll need to wait until morning for guest requests. I have some bad reviews. Oh, that's just because there isn't enough food. Apples, beet chips, strawberries. This is a very healthy thing. Chamomile tea. I've run out of meals. Time to go cook. There you go. That's how I'm going to spend the night. Oh, I should go to Julia's, actually. It said she had new recipes. I've got a bunch of ingredients that don't have anything to do with yet. If I see any stacks of wood, I pick them up. Oh, and she has a new quest.
Hi, Hank. Are you doing all right? Do you need anything?
No? Well, maybe. I never knew people could eat that much food.
Isn't it wonderful?
Because, of course, to a goat, the ability to just eat everything is, you know, a valued trait.
No matter how much you cook, there's always a hungry mouth somewhere.
Tell me about it.
And they always love the most intricate dishes, which are, of course, the hardest to cook.
Sounds about right.
It's amazing.
No, French fries are amazing. Making them sucks.
Well, if you feel that way, do you think you'd be open to a little help?
Absolutely. Oh, would I?
Well, it would make me very happy to cook for other folk again. But I need to know that you're still invested in the food we'd be serving. For that, I need you to prove your love for cooking by making me the most delicious thing ever invented. A cheesecake. Not just any kind of cheesecake. A velvety, creamy sous vide cheesecake.
A sous vide cake, if you will. Do you sell the thing for that? Please say yes. Garlic bread, pancakes, croissant, bread pudding, peach cobbler, linden tea, plum schnapps, pickled beet eggs. That's not a thing. Spinach stromboli, plum galette, creamy baked cheese, veg lasagna, sous vide cheesecake. There we go. Also sous vide carrot stew, mushroom risotto, stuffed peppers, pan-fried spinach, fried rice, potato pierogies, zesty seared mushrooms. What ingredient do we have a lot of? Honey, blackberries, lemons, decent amount of peppers, tomatoes. Let's find stuff that would use them, like a veg lasagna. And stuffed peppers. I don't know why I'm saying everything with this inflection. And hell, let's buy the... No. there were 3 we didn't get from the previous set. No. If I'm gonna go and do a bunch of cooking, I need to do all of this. As ever, lots of plates to keep spinning, but I appreciate that there aren't really failure states if you don't. Like, if you don't attend to your resorts, they don't decay or anything, you just don't get new guests in. And your money slowly runs down, but that's fixable. That's the thing that always throws me off Animal Crossing in the end, is as soon as you've been away for a bit, the amount of maintenance work you will then have to do upon going back, just... my brain says no immediately. Right, let's do some fancy cooking. Can we make a cheesecake? Sugar, lemon, butter. We need to be able to sous vide. Is that a card I have access to? I'm gonna need to buy one of the better ovens, aren't I? Well, damn. How much would that be? And I'm just gonna nap. Skip us ahead to when guests change over and I'll get more money. I can't afford to keep all these staff running. Oh no. Oh no. I may have planned poorly in an economic way. Okay, so, I mean, I'd like to be able to keep Gus running. But Wade is not as necessary. Okay, so they're both still running at the motel. I have guest requests here now, so... Ah! Food. Where do you think this is? Le Gavroche. Okay, so we'll get more money when that comes through. How much money do we need to get better kitchen equipment? 1,000 per. Oh, 1,000 plus per, actually. 1,500 for the good stuff. 1,750 for the best good stuff. Great. Very cool. What else do I need to do? Right. Museum in Pinefall needs money. I think at this point we just need to let the days pass and earn us money and keep making sure we've got enough guests everywhere. Okay. Right, let's go and check in on all of our properties. Oh, and then we'll probably be finishing before long, which... This game does just... Time just vanishes in all these kind of games for me. Okay, we've got... Everyone's full, but they leave tomorrow so we can book a new guest in 2012. A24 is doing fine because Gus is still running on it, so that's all good. High Lake we were just at, Wintergreen. I'm still very interested in that cave we found in Darkmoss with all the keys necessary. And also we have our little apocalypse bats. There are so many little bits of this game where I'm very interested to find out what happens with them. Yes, we should be having people in all of these. 35, 23, 23, 22, 30, 28. How's the food? 12. Nice. They want a lounge. We don't have one of them yet. Okay. Just check on the food selection. Got some space. I never did any cooking, did I? No, because I can't do the fancy cooking yet. I should still do some anyway. But not in this kitchen, because we don't have enough stuff. Yeah, we only have the crappy level 1 stuff here. I wonder if that weird old guy has a quest or anything yet. Or, like, any interaction at all. Everything is cold here, even the cold. Nope. Cool. Can't, like, dismantle your ruined furniture, can we? No? Okay. Cool. You're not worrying at all. Okay. What would the cold be if it wasn't cold? That's the question, isn't it? If the cold is hot, then I think that's what we in the business call tepid. Yeah, I deeply don't have the money to buy any more blueprints until I've had a bunch of people stay in all of my places. Did I ever read The Darkest Rising? Boy, did I. I only read The Darkest Rising, but I read that a whole bunch of times. Never did get around to reading the rest of the series. Wonder if they hold up. Let's go and check in on Pinefall. Just remember the description, so cold it was burning. Yeah. No idea if it holds up. That's fair. Many books don't. Many things don't. And that's fine. I think I might have gone through an advert break again at some point. Or did I just trigger 2 during the last one? I think I did, actually. Never mind. If you did get some ads, I apologize. But like I say, this game is bad for my time management. Okay, we have full active guests. We have terrible resort decoration, but the rooms are fine. They're all 30, 18, 27. And 42 food, that's a lot. And now we have people who expect a movie theatre. Why would you go to a hotel and expect a movie theatre? That seems like the very definition of a nice to have. Oh. Quest? Oh, to repair the campsite. Ah, I've not got all the stuff. I need more porcelain. Did I dump a bunch of porcelain in my stash? I do not remember. I do not. Yeah, that's a whole stack of porcelain. Really, I can't... Can I double... There isn't a quick transfer button, game. Why do we need porcelain to rebuild the campsite anyway? Precisely what part of a campsite is typically made of porcelain? And there's new blueprints available, presumably for better campfire equipment. The dishes? What dishes? It's a campsite. Ah yes, we now have a large fire pit and camp seats and a hot dog station. I can afford none of this. So at the minute it looks like we're just waiting for things to continue to work. There's so much trash around here. I wonder, that bridge over the river here, can I build it from this side or is it only that side? It'll probably be only that side, won't it? Otherwise, what would be the point of blocking it behind prospector gear? Thank you for this entire internal monologue outside of my head. Oh no. Okay. Take that, internal monologue. And that means we've nearly opened all of the routes as far as I can tell, apart from the stuff that needed keys and a crowbar. Also, that says host 2 more guests with the pampered trait. It never says you have to actually meet their desired numbers. Like, they could just give you a bad review. I guess we could do that. Oh, there's another thing here. Stone brick and... Oh, we need more prospector gear for this. Boo. Boo, I say. I would like to invite you to my resort. You will be dissatisfied. You deserve it. I mean, it literally says pampered on their profile. A little bit of harder living isn't going to kill them. Wow, I have become the middle classes. Well, with that sobering realization, I think we might be done. Oh! Yeah, looks like next time we will be doing just kind of a bunch of time passing and grinding. But hey, isn't that kind of the thing of management sims? And especially because this gets a lot of comparisons with Stardew, and it's like, okay, we're going to do some farming. Makes sense. But I think that means it's time for the wrap-up now. So, thank you all for being here. Thanks for coming. Thanks for staying to the end if you did. It means a lot. If you've been watching this, you know where to find me. But just in case, this is twitch.tv/Serasent. That's SERASENT. The House of Hubris. Streaming ordinarily, assuming I can actually keep to a proper schedule for once, every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday at 2 PM British time. That is currently 9 AM. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. 9 AM Eastern, 6 Pacific. Other time zones are available. We are about to be going back an hour as of this Sunday, so in the next couple of weeks, times will be closer to American time, so it'll be 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. But hey, if you want to not have to do maths for yourself and instead be automatically notified whenever I'm streaming, then why not give us a follow? Doesn't cost you anything and means you know whenever I'm around. If you do miss anything, VODs are on the Twitch for 8 weeks after the fact. For everything else, you can go to the YouTube. Link down there says VOD Archive. If the link isn't there, you're already there. Good job. And that's got VODs of everything back to the very start of the channel almost 2 years ago, which is a lot. Tons of games there, probably be something to your taste, and if there isn't, let us know what would be. While you're there, why not throw us a subscription? Again, free, and gets me closer to a URL I can pronounce, but more importantly, gets you hot, fresh VODs in your subscription feed every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday when I start uploading again, which will be soon. We've just been taking a short hiatus to build a bit of a buffer, because I've missed some streams, and things have been happening in life. Probably going to edit some tonight, actually. Also, if you feel like supporting my ascent to the middlest of bear classes financially, then you can, of course, cheer or subscribe on Twitch, but very much not necessary. Just turn up and hang out and be chill and be good to each other, and then everybody's having a good time. Although, as ever, if you have an Amazon Prime account, that means you have a free Twitch subscription. That you could, if you're not using it, use it on someone. Doesn't have to be me. I'd love it if it was me, but use it on someone. Just because if Amazon offer you money, you take it. Because otherwise they have it. Words. If you want to find me elsewhere on the internet, my Twitter link is also down there, or that's at House of Hubris on Twitter, as spelt on the title cards. You'll see it in a second. Also spelt House of Hubris. Yeah, where I do all the usual Twitter things, memes and stream notifications, and ranting about the current political climate in this country, which is a whole can of worms I'm not getting into right now. Jesus Christ. And while in the 3 hours I've been streaming, it's probably got measurably worse. Happy is a word. And yeah. If you want to see me in other things, the only thing currently on the cards is if you go to twitch.tv/thehypegoblin, that's THEHYPEGOBLIN, this Saturday, that is the 29th of October, at 10:30 PM British time, 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific. We are, at long last, having the Numenera Stars in the Stone Season 1 Q&A. It was delayed before because I was ill, but now hopefully I will not be ill. And it will actually happen, and it will be good. Come and see us answer questions about all the shenanigans we got up to, and also find out that we don't remember the shenanigans we got up to, because that's the part of the experience I'm looking forward to. Every time somebody goes, "Remember when this happened?" and I say, "No, take a shot." I think that is everything. Yeah. I think that's everything. If there is anything else, it'll probably be on the Twitter, so check me out there. Okay, we'll be back Thursday, regular time, assuming my sleep schedule allows for it, to continue Bear and Breakfast, and honestly, feels like we might be getting, like, into the end of the actual story. There'll be grinding and upgrading to do, but we might be getting close to... I don't know. Anything could happen at this point. We still have unanswered questions, but who knows. Alright. Love you all, and I will see you again on Thursday. Take care.